In today's YouTube video, guys, we're going to be taking a look at the new top 5 best guns used here in Black Ops 6 after a recent update. Now, if you're having any trouble getting your first tactical nuke, not getting as many kills as you want, or if you're just trying to increase your KD, these are going to be the best 5 weapons used with the best build. So if you guys are new and find this video help you out in any way, make sure that like button, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, and let's get into it. So now, jumping into my first weapon here, we have the KRIG assault rifle, which I'm sure everyone can agree this is definitely one of the best weapons in the entire game. Up close, really good. Long range, really good. It's super accurate no matter what gunfight you get into, and we're gonna make that even better with this class setup, and all you need is 5 attachments. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the iron sights on this weapon, so we're gonna be adding an optic on for my first attachment, which my go-to optic is the Kepler Microflex. Like I say in my videos, this is the best optic in the game, but also like I say in my videos, use what you have on lock and also use your favorite optic. For me though, the Kepler Microflex is my first attachment. Now for the muzzle here, we're going to make this weapon even more accurate and easier to control, and we're going to go ahead and throw in the compensator. Now, the compensator is still the best muzzle in the game. Stat-wise, you're getting the most vertical recoil control, the most gun kick control, so just overall, any gunfight you get into, you're going to have better control of this weapon. You're going to be more accurate. You can take your gunfights to literally any range, hit all of your shots, and go crazy. The compensator on the KRIG is super broken, so we are going to abuse that. If you need help unlocking anything here in Black Ops 6, make sure to check out U4GM. They can help you with any challenge in the game, from camo challenges to any hard challenge in the game. They also provide very cheap codes to redeem, like XP codes and rare skins. Go use my code PARA for 5% off. Now for the barrel, we're going to be adding on the reinforced barrel. This is going to give us damage range and bull velocity. Now, I've been having some people say, is bull velocity important here in multiplayer? It is. It really is. Just having your bullets travel faster and air to hit your targets quicker is going to help out a ton in those gunfights. It can make you win a gunfight. It can make you lose a gunfight. Bull velocity in this game is super important. Same with that damage range. We're going to add on the reinforced barrel, make this weapon stronger at longer ranges, and make it better in gunfights as well. So we are going to be throwing on the reinforced barrel. Now, we're going to skip the underbarrel and go to the magazine here next, and we're going to be adding on the first extended mag. This is going to give us a 45 round mag. The time to kill on this weapon is really good, any range, so we're never going to have to reload. That is the main thing. I don't want you to have to reload in the middle of a gunfight, after a kill or 2 or 3. I want you to be able just to mow people down, not have to reload all the time, so we are going to be adding on the first extended mag. And then for my final attachment here, with the mobility being okay on this weapon, I am going to be adding on a rear grip, which we're going to be adding on the ergonomic grip. This is going to give us slide and dive to fire speed, so we are going to be shooting faster off a slide and a dive. I like to use the Omni movement a lot, so it does make sense for me to run this attachment, and also we are getting that faster aim down sight speed, which I think is very important here. But here's the full build for the best class up for the KRIG, and we are going to take this weapon into the firing range real quick. I just want to show you here real quick, this gun's going to be really good at 5 meters, 10 meters, 25 meters, and if we need to, we can take this weapon to 50 meters. The headshot multiplier, the damage at long range, it's absolutely insane. And the KRIG, I feel like we can easily say this is easily a top 3 gun in the game as of right now. Now for weapon number 2 here, we have an SMG, the JACKAL PDW, which I can probably say easily this is the best SMG in the game right now, especially after its damage range buff it got a couple weeks ago. The JACKAL, I'm sure everyone's ran into this gun. It can put people down very quickly, and this is going to be a good build you could run in rank play or you could run in pub play. It does not matter. Now, for my first attachment on this weapon, though, we are going to start with the muzzle, and again, we're going to be adding on the compensator. This is the best muzzle stat-wise. You're getting the most gun kick control and vertical recoil control. With this weapon having somewhat of a fast fire rate, the gun kick can be pretty bad at times, so we are going to add on the compensator, calm this weapon down a lot, help us be more accurate, hit our shots in any gunfight, so we are going to be throwing on the compensator. Now for the barrel next, we are going to be adding on the reinforced barrel. This is going to give us a little bit of damage range and some bull velocity. Now, I would run the long barrel on this weapon, but with the damage range this weapon got, we are going to be running the reinforced barrel so we can increase our damage range just a little bit more, making it more better at longer ranges, and also we're increasing our bull velocity. This is going to be the main thing. Our weapon is going to be stronger at longer ranges, so if we have to go against assault rifles or other good SMGs, LMGs, or marksman rifles, we're going to be able to do that more easily now with the reinforced barrel. Now for the underbarrel, I like to add on the vertical foregrip. Now if you want to also, you could run the Ranger foregrip. All I'm going to do with the vertical foregrip though is make the weapon's recoil pattern a lot easier to control. So I want to be super accurate. I can take my gunfights to any range, hit my shots, be accurate, move on to a different target. The vertical foregrip is going to make that recoil pattern a lot easier to control, but if you want to move faster around the map and still get that horizontal recoil control, you could run the Ranger foregrip if you really wanted to, but the vertical foregrip is my go-to when I'm running the JACKAL PDW. Now we're going to skip the magazine. The reload time on this weapon is pretty quick, so I'm not really worried about that. We are going to jump into the rear grip next though, and we're going to be adding on the CQB grip. Now this weapon does have some high handling, so the aim down sight speed is already good. I'm worried about the sprint to fire speed on this weapon though, so we're going to add on the CQB grip, increase our sprint to fire speed, dive to fire speed, and slide to fire speed. So anything dealing with movement, diving, or sliding, we're shooting faster off those things. So the CQB grip is going to be a broken attachment on this SMG. And then getting into my final attachment here, we're going to increase our mobility and we're going to add on the balance stock, so we increase our aim walking movement speed. That's really important. Our movement speed itself, hip fire movement speed, nothing too crazy there. And then we're getting that strafing movement speed, just increasing our mobility and movement on this gun so we can move faster around the map, get into more engagements, strafe left and right faster, and also move faster while aimed down sights. This is going to be a very broken build for this SMG, and again, you can use it both in pub play or in rank play, and you're going to go absolutely crazy. And you already know we're going to take this weapon into the firing range, and I'm going to show you this weapon deletes at 5 meters, 10 meters, it's going to delete at 20 meters, even at 25 meters. This weapon is super insane. Now for weapon number 3 here, we have the XM4, which we all know this weapon is super good up close, long range. It does not matter where you take your gunfights to, and this is going to be a little bit of a different class setup on this weapon. Now for my first attachment, this is going to be another 5 attachment build. We're not going to be running an optic, we're going to be running the iron sights on this weapon, and we're going to start with the muzzle here, and we're going to be adding on the suppressor. This is going to be a stealthy, aggressive, no recoil build. We're going to add on that suppressor to help us stay alive a lot longer, get all of our score streaks, go on those higher kill streaks, help our get our nukes, and also help us increase our KD. We're not going to be dying as much, we're staying stealthy, so add on the suppressor. It is a really good attachment. Now for the barrel, we're going to be adding on the reinforced barrel. This can help with damage range and bull velocity. Now the XM4 has good damage, it has good range, it has good bull velocity. Let's just increase everything. So our bullets are stronger at longer ranges, they're traveling further ranges, and also our bullets are traveling faster and air hit our targets quicker. We just made the XM4 100 times better with this attachment, so we are going to be adding on that reinforced barrel. Now, we are going to skip the underbarrel and go into the magazine here next. We're actually going to be adding on the first fast mag. Now, this thing can actually help out so much. You know, the time to kill on this weapon is really good, so I don't really care about reloading all the time. And if I have to reload, it's going to be really quick. So if I'm in the middle of a gunfight, people are pushing me, I can reload really quick, get back into those gunfights and mow people down. And again, if I have to reload quick again, there I go. I'm going to reload really quick, get back into those gunfights, and move on. The Fast Mag 1, Extended Mag 1, they're both great options, but for this class setup, we're going with that first Fast Mag. Now for the rear grip here, we're going to add on the Commando grip. This can give us faster aim down sight speed and sprint the fire speed time. The handling is good on this weapon. I do want to increase that so we have that run and gun type of play style if needed. If you want to play slow, you can. If you want to play fast and aggressive, you're going to be able to do that also with this attachment. Aim down sight speed is needed, sprint the fire speed is needed, so definitely add on that Commando grip. And then for my final attachment, we are going to the stock, and we're going to be adding on the buffer weight stock. This is going to cancel all the vertical recoil, horizontal recoil, and also gun kick, so it is going to make this weapon super easy to control. You're going to be super accurate, so no matter what gunfight you get into, any range, you're going to be hitting your shots very accurately, and you're going to be able to put some people down very fast here. So this is a full build for this. It is a little bit different. Not too many people run the iron sight, but this thing does go absolutely crazy. And I'm going to show you guys here in the firing range. This weapon at 5 meters, really good. 10 meters, it's going to be really good at 25 meters. And if needed, 50 meters, if you can hit your shots and you can see well, it does put people down very fast. Now for weapon number 4 here, we have the KSV. Now this is also a really good SMG here that puts people down very quickly. If you know, you play rank play, you know the KSV is really good, and I'm sure a lot of people's running into this in pub play. The KSV definitely does put people down very quickly, and I have you an 8 attachment build here, and we're going to make this weapon super overpowered. Now, we're not going to be using an optic on this weapon. I do like the iron sights on this weapon, and I'm just not a huge fan of running an optic on this weapon. So we're going to start with the muzzle here first, and we're going to be adding on the compensator. The weapon's fire rate is really high, so it does have a good amount of vertical recoil and gun kick, so we need to calm those things down. Must have attachment here is the compensator, so we are going to be adding this on. Now for the barrel next, we are going to be adding on the long barrel. This weapon did receive a damage range buff. It did make the gun a lot better, but it definitely needs more damage range in my opinion. So we're going to be adding on the long barrel, increasing our damage range so our bullets are going even further. They're hitting even harder to give us an even faster time to kill, making this weapon even better. So we are going to be adding on that long barrel for our second attachment. Now for the underbarrel next, we are going to be adding on the Ranger foregrip. This is going to give us horizontal recoil control and sprinting movement speed. We are going to smoothen out that recoil pattern, so it is going to be easier to control. And also, when we start tactical sprint, we are going to be moving really quick around the map. We're going to find more people on the map, get into more gunfights, get higher kill games with just this one attachment. So make sure to add on the Ranger foregrip. Now for the magazine, I'm going with the first extended mag here. We're going to increase our mag size, put a 40 round mag in this. With the time to kill being so good on this weapon, you're never going to have to reload. So we are going to be adding on that first extended mag. For the rear grip, we are going to be adding on the ergonomic grip. This is going to give us slide and dive to fire speed, so we're going to be shooting faster off a slide and a dive. We're also getting faster aim down sight speed. The handling is good, so the sprint to fire speed is going to be good on this weapon default. And, I mean, it is already good. With no attachments, it has really good sprint to fire speed, so we're just going to increase our aim down sight speed. And if we have to, I like to use the Omni Moon a lot, so I'm going to be shooting faster off a slide and a dive anyway, so the ergonomic grip is my go-to for that. For the stock here next, we are going to be running the no stock. This is going to give us a crazy amount of mobility. We are moving much faster around the map, so this attachment here in the Ranger foregrip is going to be a great combo here for that faster mobility, so we're going to be adding on the no stock. For the laser, we're going to be adding on the target laser. This is my go-to laser for most weapons in the game, besides shotguns. If you're going to use a shotgun, use the Strelacker laser, but most of the time, assault rifles, LMG, submachine guns, you are going to want to use the target laser for aiming auto sway delay and aim walking steadiness if you do pre-aim a lot, like myself, so add on the target laser. And then for my final attachment, we're going to the fire mods. We're going to be adding on the overpressured rounds for faster bull velocity. Now, I like to use this combo a lot. We have the overpressured round long barrel combo, so it is a better version of the reinforced barrel, faster bull velocity, better damage range. It's going to go absolutely crazy, and I'm going to show you guys here in the firing range here. This weapon deletes people super quick. 5 meters, 10 meters, 25 meters, even at 25 meters, 20 meters. This thing is just super overpowered. And then we're going to jump into our final weapon here in today's video, and we have the AK-74. This is the strongest assault rifle when it comes to damage and everything. So up close, it has a nice time to kill, really strong. Medium range is really good. Even at long range, it's really good. And we have a 5 attachment build, and that's all you need. For my first attachment, I'm not a huge fan of the iron sights on this weapon. I don't know what it is this year with the AK, but the iron sights are just not it. I know they're the same, but they just don't feel the same. So we are going to be adding an optic on, which my go-to is a Kelper Microflex, so I'm going to be throwing this on. For the muzzle here next, we are going to be adding on the compensator. Now, the vertical recoil isn't bad on this weapon. It's more of the gun kick. So with the compensator still having the most gun kick control for your weapon, we're going to add on the compensator. We're going to calm that gun kick down, make it easier to control, and also the vertical recoil control is going to help you be a lot more accurate in your gunfights as well. You can take your gunfights to longer ranges, be a little bit more accurate, so we are going to add on the compensator for our second attachment. For the barrel here next, we are going to be adding on the reinforced barrel. This is going to give us more damage range and bull velocity. This weapon is already good. It has already good damage range and bull velocity. We're just going to make this weapon 100 times better and add on that reinforced barrel. For the underbarrel, I like to go with the vertical foregrip. This is going to, smoothen out that recoil control a little bit. It's going to smoothen out that recoil pattern, make this weapon more accurate. In my opinion, this is going to be a really good attachment. So we're going to add this on. We're getting some horizontal recoil control, a little bit more gun kick control. Again, just making this weapon a little bit more smooth here. And then for our final attachment, with the handling being good on this weapon already, we're going to skip the magazine and the rear grip, and we're going to jump into the stock here and add on the light stock so we have more mobility. So we're moving faster around the map. We do have that good strafing movement speed. The only thing that we don't have with this attachment is the aim walking movement speed, but the mobility is getting increased, so you really don't have to worry about that. So we are moving a bit faster around the map. But here's the full build for the AK-74 here in Black Ops 6, and I'm telling you, it goes absolutely crazy. And I want to show you guys here in the firing range. This weapon's going to be really good at 5 meters, 10 meters, going to be really good at 25 meters, and also at 45 meters. This weapon is very powerful, making it one of the best weapons in the entire game. But these are the best 5 weapons in the game right now with their class setups here in Black Ops 6. Go ahead and copy them down and let me know in the comments what was your favorite build, and if you get any good gameplays, let me know in the comments. But guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope this video helped you, and I'll see you on the next one.